Why it's coming out now is we wanted to wait, to get through all of the legal proceedings, the criminal trial, and it spans, it's, four parts, and it spans over 30 years of, pop culture, his life. So it took some time, to say the least, to put all of this together.
It's an important story, and you could just tell it with all the public material. Mm-hmm. You go further, you've gotten your hands on some extra new material people are going to see for the first time, including
50 Cent's new documentary charting the rise and fall of Diddy dropped on Netflix on Tuesday and instantly ignited huge attention, delivering a surge of shocking moments, rare archival clips, and candid reflections from people who once moved closely within Diddy's circle.
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. Because you seen what I said in the Vibe article. I basically bowed out. It was going to go ahead about my life. The next issue, that wasn't even the next issue, because them cowards waited about 4 issues before they got their story together. 4 issues later, half of New Yorkers commenting on me getting shot. And before, they was all like, we didn't see nothing. In the first issue, we did, Vibe viewers. Nobody seen shit. The 4th issue, when they came back with a reply, everybody knew what I did. They knew what I said. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in their vision. I only got shot once because they found the bullet. The police found it, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work. They found the bullet. Oh, you found the bullet, huh? So what is this other shit in me then? What was the doctors talking about? What? Can you explain these other holes in me? How I get gunpowder all over me? That insulted my intelligence. So yes, I did say Thug Life was there. Yes, I bowed out, all of that. But when they said that,
in the second episode of Sean Combs, The Reckoning, former Bad Boy Records employees and artists present their own perspectives on the events surrounding the losses of Biggie Smalls and Tupac, sharing allegations and long-held suspicions rather than confirmed facts. With accounts from rapper Mark Curry, Craig Mack's former wife Roxanne Johnson, and Bad Boy co-founder Kirk Burrows. The series portrays a tense era in which they say artists felt exploited, and the East-West rivalry of 90s hip-hop intensified, painting a sharper, more complicated picture of the industry and the power struggles within it.
You're even hearing from Greg Kading, the detective that worked on Tupac and Biggie's case in this documentary. He is the investigator that did that proper agreement with Keefe D way back in 2008, where Keefe D alleged that Diddy tried to offer him $1 million to take out Tupac and Suge Knight. And Tupac's trial with Keefe D is coming up very soon in early 2026. And we know that Diddy's name has been dropped at least 200 times during these proceedings already.
Suge and Puff created the atmosphere for both of those guys to lose their life.
I honestly, when I look back on it, if he trusted Sean more, it would have been better. But he didn't trust him as much as the way Sean says they were best friends after he was dead. No, I didn't see that during the time we were working with him.
The documentary keeps spilling secret after secret, making it one of the most eye-opening exposés ever on Diddy. Right now, he's doing time in New Jersey, locked up at Fort Dix Federal Prison, serving a 50-month sentence after being convicted earlier this year on 2 counts of transporting people for prostitution-related activity under the Mann Act. A jury cleared him of the heavier charges like racketeering and sex trafficking, but headlines haven't stopped since late 2023, when his ex, Cassandra Ventura, filed a high-profile lawsuit claiming years of abuse. That opened the floodgates, with dozens more civil suits now pending, all while Diddy continues to deny every accusation.
On Diddy Combs have now sent a cease and desist letter to Netflix.
That's right. They are demanding it not release a docuseries featuring the embattled mogul.
This documentary isn't just revisiting old claims, it's unleashing new ones, reigniting headlines and speculation alike. The producers scored rare access to private footage of Diddy in a New York hotel room just 6 days before his arrest, captured by a videographer he himself hired. In the clips, he's seen strategizing with his lawyer, revealing how the media's relentless coverage was shaping and shaking his public image, giving viewers an unfiltered look at the tension behind the headlines.
The documentary, I'm waiting the whole time for Aubrey O'Day to reveal some major story that happened between her and Diddy. 3 episodes in, she's basically just talking about Diddy in a very general way. It isn't until the 4th episode that Aubrey reveals a witness walked in on Aubrey O'Day completely inebriated with Diddy doing things to her, as well as a second man who they refer to as a light-skinned, tall man. Details are very explicit and not anything I could share on here. This witness revealed that it was 100% Aubrey O'Day. It was really uncertain in watching Aubrey's reaction and kind of resharing this story whether or not she fully recollected the situation. He says it couldn't have been her choice to become inebriated because that was never her issue. She never really drank a whole ton. The earlier parts of this series, Aubrey does reveal these series of emails that she got from Diddy. They were all in very sexual nature, in a very sexual tone. He's basically asking her to come over and do certain things with him. It's these very domineering emails where he's basically setting the tone that he's the boss. She says that she felt very uncomfortable about those emails, and 6 months later, she was fired from Danity Kane.
The series also amplifies voices from Diddy's past, former collaborators, performers, and close associates who offer insider perspectives on his rise and influence. Among them, Aubrey O'Day from Making the Band shares her first-hand experiences, adding depth and context to the story while revealing the complexities of working alongside one of hip-hop's most powerful figures.
Bad Boy, we had gotten over CCNY. It looked like the coast was clear. We were renegotiating with Arista. We were about to get a step up in the money. I had 25% of the company. I didn't know why he needed to get that back from me and then give it back to me again. I didn't understand that. That's like a trick. Like, okay, here, I gave it to you, now give it back, and don't worry, I'm gonna give it right back to you. I didn't want to give it up. So he came into my office one day unexpected, him and Kenny Marsalis, they had it planned out. Kenny had the briefcase with all the stock certificates in it, and Diddy had the bat. Not like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with the bat, but he had the bat like, man, we got to do this. This has to happen. I didn't feel I was gonna get beat down in that office, in all honesty. I got people